So last week, we got some fresh new information on Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. This is a game that is coming out in 2023, sometime this year at least. And it's been the first time we've gathered some information since July of 2022 when we got a different trailer. But this appears to be the first of the Solar Club letters that the developers will be releasing out, gathering new information for the player. And what we got was some gameplay details, as well as live game sessions, information on testing phases, and of course screenshots and exclusive concept art. I'll be going over these things that we got, as well as the things that we didn't get. But I'm also going to talk about my general opinion on why this game is beginning to worry me a little bit. But with that being said, let's get started. Obviously, when you read this social club letter, the first thing they mention is how they admit that it has been quite a long time, but they also were well aware of how eager we were. In fact, if you watched my previous video, I'm kind of asking where the hell this game is, but now we know. Now, they also go on to mention a few things. One thing, actually, I know a few of you guys mentioned in the comments of my test drive video, is that there was going to be a Nakon Connect conference on the 9th of March, which is 2 days before as of this recording. And I was originally going to wait until that was there because I thought test drive would be there and I could mention this information as well as the new information we get on that day. But if you read this article, you find out that Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown will not be featured in this conference, and so I decided to do this now. Anyway, this Solar Club letter basically talks about the car dealerships and workshops. The car dealership experience, as we can all agree from the Test Drive Unlimited games, was one of the best bits about it. Go to your dealership, you have all the cars there, the nice lady at the desk, and you get to walk up to the cars, sit in them, rev them, change stuff like the wheels, the colours that were all the real paint colours of the car in real life. It was an event in itself. Now, with this, we got loads of screenshots. One of we got a Porsche 911R in a very snazzy looking dealership. We have an old Ford Mustang and a few other vintage cars in the background, like a C1 Corvette. We've also got an AC Cobra as well. And we also got as well the Porsche 918 Spider as well, among other cars. It appears that there will be 14 specialist dealerships within the Go game, each offering their own different selection of brands around the island. And it's been confirmed that these dealerships will be real life places that are in Hong Kong. If you don't know about Hong Kong, this will be a one-of-one replica of the real life island, which I'm really looking forward to. Except, the only difference will be that two marquees will be having their own TDU dealerships, and they are Lamborghini and Ferrari. This obviously hints that there will be a lot of Lamborghinis and Ferraris in the game, which is good. But I am a little bit worried that that could maybe break off a few kind of ideal sort of cars from other brands in the game as well. Like, I don't want there to be 2 Porsches in the game. You want a few more as well. And let's not forget, like, if the Porsche fan base only had 2 Porsches to drive around a test drive, they'd go mad. We also got some notes from the creative director himself. His name is Alain Janou. I think I got that right. Anyway, it goes on saying how buying a car in Test Drive Unlimited was a special moment and how it was a core part of the game. And obviously with these special dealers, you get to see, it gives you time to make the right choice and how it encourages you as well. And there's also going to be special events known as social hubs, and these will basically, you can allow your avatar to move around the map, and when I mean the map, I mean the dealership, and you can chat to other players, interact with them while you're going looking at buying cars, and that's kind of cool. As for dealers themselves, like I just mentioned, so obviously this is showing that there's going to be a massive kind of online element to Test Drive Unlimited, which is something that, in my opinion, is well needed for a game like this. Test Drive Unlimited 2's online was good, in fairness. Like, sure, that game had problems, but the online is so good it's now back, essentially. So that just goes to show how special it was to some people. And car customization will also be in this game. Now, I doubt we're going to be getting like Need for Speed levels of customization, but these are what are known as the Solar Crown workshops, and you can then tune your car for more power, more traction, or just to create a more playful and unique car in your own sort of way. And it'll allow you to flaunt your street or sharp lifestyle, which are like the 2 different crews that are in the game. It's definitely interesting. As for the modifications, like Suspension modifications will be available, as well as gearbox and engine configurations. I think these were similar sort of modifications that you had in Test Drive Unlimited 2, but rather than just have like 2 or 3, you've got 13 different performance parts across 6 different categories for combustion powered cars. And then there's 12 parts across 6 different categories for the electric cars in the game. The only electrified car we seem to see in this game so far is the BMW i8, so EVs have been confirmed. And it also has been confirmed that we'll also be getting a paint shop, so you get to change different colours of your car as usual, and a livery editor, so that's going to go as well, so you can race your inner art side as well. As for visual customizations and bumper designs and stuff, there doesn't seem to be any mention of it here, but I mean, we could find out soon enough. Now here's where the customization gets a little interesting. There are obviously lots of ways you can customize your car, however you can't just claim to be an artist to become one. In the Solar Crown, the organisation has rules that you're going to have to follow, so you can only access certain modifications depending on your reputation level. So obviously the harder you work and the more you earn, the more parts you unlock, like any other game. But I think this creates that essential MMO style like what previous Test Drive Unlimited games had. And if I'm being honest, it's definitely an area of racing game that I would like to see more developers having a go at. Like, Test Drive Unlimited, I think, is a game that's so unique, but it shouldn't be. Like, it's so many great ideas are involved in it. Now I know Forza may try to do something similar, but again, it's just not that at all. My overall opinion is that it's very exciting, obviously. Now, the only issues I have is that I'm not sure if these concept art is actually kind of actual gameplay footage, because looking at the images again, I'll be honest, I expected a bit better graphics wise, although I do understand that Nacon isn't a big kind of publisher and developers, and I'll be brutally honest, I would sacrifice graphics for just a well polished, perfect kind of game as well. And I mean, you can update the graphics in the long run. Another kind of worrying concern is that the Mercedes SLK is here, and I mean, I'm not saying I don't like the SLK, but that model of SLK was released over 10 years ago, and I'm starting to get the fear that some of the cars mentioned here are quite old. Like, I'm nothing wrong with age is nothing but a number, I know that. Like, some of my favourite cars are over 10 years old, but it's kind of just maybe they didn't have the time or the budget to get some of the more modern stuff. Although the Apollo Intensa Emozione is here, so I suppose it kind of balances it all out. But yeah, that's kind of my sort of worrying factor of it. And another thing that wasn't mentioned in this kind of post, but I can imagine will be announced in the coming months, is there is a lack there of release date. So we're told this game's coming out in 2023 and we still don't know yet. It's now March, so we have 9 months left of 2023, which is a lot of time in fairness, but I maybe have the feeling that we could get the release date by July, maybe even a little bit sooner than that, and I can imagine the game be out November, December time. That's my prediction. So what do you guys all think? I know this video was a little bit different and it's a bit late compared to the other announcements, but I kind of want to get your feedback on it and your opinion on it, and just let me know down in the comments below. And if you liked this video, remember to like, share and subscribe. And also, if you have any video suggestions or different types of games or car stuff in general, honestly, like, I love doing the car videos. If you want me to talk about, just hit it down in the comments below. And yeah, that's it from me. Thank you guys all very much for watching. I hope to see you all very soon.